Have you ever wondered why the world is so messed up? Why wars, corruption, poverty, and injustice never seem to end? Why do some people have so much power and influence while others have none? What if I told you that the world is not what it seems? That behind the scenes, a sinister force is manipulating human history and society for its own nefarious agenda? That this force is not human, but reptilian. Sounds crazy, right? Well, not to some people who believe that this is the reality we live in. They claim that they have evidence and proof of the existence and activities of reptilians. They point to ancient myths, legends, and scriptures that mention serpent-like beings or gods who ruled over or interacted with humans. Some believe that they are the descendants of the original inhabitants of Earth who evolved from dinosaurs millions of years ago before a cataclysmic event wiped them out. They then went underground, where they developed their civilization and technology, waiting for the right time to resurface and reclaim their planet. They are a race of ancient extraterrestrial beings that have infiltrated human society and secretly manipulating world events to serve their own agenda. They are said to be able to shapeshift into human form and have infiltrated the highest levels of government, religion, media, entertainment, and business. They are also said to be behind many of the world wars and disasters that have plagued humanity throughout our history. One of the most prominent and influential proponents of this theory is David Icke, a former professional soccer player and BBC sports presenter who became a New Age philosopher and conspiracy researcher. Icke has written several books and given countless lectures on the topic of reptilians and their agenda, exposing what he calls the biggest secret of our world. According to Icke, the reptilians are an ancient race of interdimensional beings who originated from the Draco constellation. They have been manipulating human DNA and consciousness for thousands of years, creating hybrid bloodlines that can shapeshift between human and reptilian forms. They are part of a secret network of organizations and societies that work together to advance the reptilian agenda, which is to enslave humanity in a global fascist dictatorship ruled by a one-world government and a one-world religion. The idea of reptilians is not a new one. In fact, it can be traced back to ancient times when many cultures around the world had myths and legends about serpent-like beings that had supernatural powers and often interacted with humans. Some examples are the Naga in Hinduism and Buddhism, who were semi-divine beings that could take human or snake form and lived in underground realms. The serpent in the Garden of Eden in the Bible, who tempted Eve to eat the forbidden fruit and caused the fall of mankind. The dragon in Chinese mythology, who was a symbol of power, wisdom, and luck, and could control the weather and natural forces. The feathered serpent in Mesoamerican cultures, who was a creator god and a bringer of civilization and knowledge. These are just some examples of how reptilian beings have been revered or feared by different civilizations throughout history. But where did these stories come from? Were they just products of human imagination, or were they based on something real? Some researchers believe that these stories were inspired by actual encounters with an ancient race of reptilian humanoids that once coexisted with humans on Earth. However, at some point in history, there was a rebellion or a war between the reptilians and the humans. This resulted in the reptilians losing their dominance over the planet and retreating into their underground lairs. From there, they continued to manipulate human affairs from behind the scenes, using their shape-shifting abilities and mind control techniques to infiltrate human society and influence its leaders. There are several sources of evidence that suggest that reptilians might be real, such as ancient texts and artifacts that depict reptilian beings or symbols associated with them, modern eyewitness accounts, and testimonies from people who claim to have seen or encountered reptilians or their hybrids. Whistleblowers and insiders who claim to have worked with or for reptilians or have access to their secrets and symbolic clues and hidden messages in various spheres of society. Let's look at some examples of each, shall we? The Sumerian tablets, which are considered to be the oldest written records on Earth, describe a race of gods called the Anunnaki, who came from a planet called Nibiru and created humans as their slaves. The Anunnaki were often depicted as having reptilian features or wearing helmets with horns or wings. The Egyptian pyramids, which are among the most mysterious and impressive structures on Earth, have many carvings and paintings that show reptilian beings or symbols such as the cobra, the crocodile, the serpent, and the Eye of Horus. The Nag Hammadi texts, which are a collection of Gnostic writings that were discovered in Egypt in 1945, contain a story called the Hypostasis of the Archons, which tells of how a group of evil beings called the Archons, who were created by a false god who was described as a lion-faced serpent, tried to enslave humanity by creating a false reality and trapping them in a material world. One of my favorite ones, the Book of Enoch, which is an ancient Jewish text that was excluded from the Bible, tells of how a group of angels called the Watchers, who were sent by God to watch over humanity, rebelled against God and mated with human women, producing a hybrid race of giants called the Nephilim. The Watchers also taught humans forbidden knowledge and corrupted them with violence and sin. The Book of Enoch also mentions a place called the Abyss, where the fallen angels and their offspring were imprisoned by God. Arizona Wilder, who is a former victim of mind control and ritual abuse, claims that she was forced to participate in satanic rituals where she witnessed many prominent people shapeshift into reptilians and perform human sacrifices. She also claims that she was impregnated by a reptilian and gave birth to human children. Kathy O'Brien, who is another former victim of mind control and ritual abuse, claims that she was used as a sex slave by many powerful people, including presidents, politicians, celebrities, and royalty. She also claims that she witnessed some of them shape-shifting into reptilians or display reptilian traits such as slit eyes, scales, claws, or tails. Simon Parkes, who is a former British politician and a contactee, claims that he has had regular encounters with various extraterrestrial beings since he was a child, including reptilians. He also claims that he has a reptilian soul and that he's a part of a secret project to create a hybrid race that can bridge the gap between humans and reptilians. Peggy Kane, who is a reverse speech analyst and researcher, claims that she has discovered hidden messages in the speech of many people that reveal their true reptilian nature or agenda. She also claims that she has communicated with reptilians through EVP and that they have told her about their plans to harvest human souls and take over the planet. Oh, it only gets better. Phil Schneider was a former explosive engineer who claimed to have worked on secret underground military bases in the United States. He said that in 1979 he was involved in a project in Dulce, New Mexico, where he encountered and fought with reptilian aliens that had a base under the town. He said that 60 humans and countless aliens died in the battle, and that he was one of the survivors. He also said that the reptilians were part of a global conspiracy to enslave humanity and that they had infiltrated the government and other institutions. He became a whistleblower and a speaker at UFO conferences where he revealed his story and other secrets. He died in 1996 under mysterious circumstances, which some believe was a murder by the government or the aliens. William Cooper was a former US Naval Intelligence officer, radio broadcaster, and author of the 1991 book Behold the Pale Horse. In his book, he claimed to have seen secret documents that revealed the existence of a global conspiracy involving various groups such as the Illuminati, the Freemasons, the UN, and the aliens. He said that there were different types of aliens, some of which were benevolent and some of which were malevolent. He said that the malevolent ones were reptilian humanoids and that they were planning to enslave humanity and create a one-world order. He also said that he had witnessed a UFO landing at a naval base in 1972, where he saw an alien exchange program with the US government. He became a popular speaker at UFO conferences and a host of shortwave radio show where he shared his views and warned his listeners of the impending doom. He died in 2001 in a shootout with sheriff's deputies. Alex Collier claims that he was contacted by benevolent aliens from the Andromeda constellation. He claims to have received telepathic communications and physical encounters with the Andromedans since 1964, when he was only 8 years old. He says that the Andromedans have shared with him information about origins and destiny of humanity, as well as the existence of various extraterrestrial races that interact with Earth. He also says that one of the most malevolent races are the Reptilians, who are shape-shifting beings that can appear human but are actually cold-blooded predators that feed on human energy and human emotions. He says that the Reptilians are part of Dark Alliance with other negative aliens such as the Greys and the Draconians. He says that the Reptilians are responsible for many atrocities and manipulations on Earth, such as wars, abductions, mind control, genetic experiments, and spiritual suppression. He also says that the Reptilians are in conflict with other positive races such as the Andromedans, the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, and others who are trying to help humanity awaken and evolve. He says that the humanity is facing a critical choice between freedom and slavery, and that we must reclaim our sovereignty and spiritual potential. Corey Good, who is a whistleblower and participant in the secret space program called Solar Warden, said he was recruited when he was 6 years old and served for 20 years in various missions and projects. He says that he was also a part of the group of 300 delegates who met with different extraterrestrial races in a series of conferences. He says that one of the most hostile races he encountered were the Reptilians. He also says that he had a personal meeting with a royal reptilian who threatened him and his family. Corey claims that he has been involved in various covert missions involving extraterrestrial beings and technologies. He further claims that he has visited many secret bases and locations on Earth and beyond, where he encountered different types of aliens, including Reptilians. You know, I've always wondered, how do you explain the shape-shifting ability of Reptilians? Well, one explanation is that they used advanced technology, such as holographic devices, implants, or nanobots, to create a false image of themselves that can fool the human eye and other sensors. This technology may also allow them to alter their voice, scent, and other characteristics. Some sources claim that this technology is vulnerable to glitches or malfunctions, which may cause the Reptilians to briefly reveal their true form or display anomalies in their appearance. Some people believe that Reptilians are a real threat to humanity's future and survival. They have been manipulating us for millennia without our consent or awareness. But we have the power to change that. We have the power to reclaim our planet and our destiny. We are also not helpless victims. We are powerful creators who can manifest our own reality with our thoughts and intentions. We can choose to live in fear or in love. The choice is ours. The time is now, and the truth is out there. I hope you enjoyed this episode in which we scratched the surface of the Reptilian conspiracy and learned something new today. What do you think about the Reptilians and their agenda? Do you believe they're real or just a myth? Have you ever encountered one or seen any signs of their existence? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it around. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your mind free. This is Nico, signing out.